Hi everyone, and welcome back to Station Road. Now today's wee short video is basically a extension of the previous two videos about DCC sound. Just yesterday, what arrived in the post was a TTS sound decoder for my Class 37 Bachmann. And also, what arrived in the post today was another iPhone speaker. Well, I bought a whole bunch of these. So you may recognize the Class 37 from a previous video where I re-liveried an EWS 37 into a BR green. So here's the shell of it here. I've got the actual locomotive down here on my test track at the moment. So the interesting thing about this particular Bachmann Class 37, it was actually produced in 2002. So it's a very old locomotive. But in its day, it probably would have been state-of-the-art because it was DCC ready back in the days when Bachmann did 8-pin sockets. And it also has running lights. No cab lights, but it did have running lights, so for its time it probably was quite up there. So amazingly, 18 years later, this locomotive is still running beautifully. So today what we'll actually do is I've set up just temporarily the TTS chip with the speaker that it comes with from Hornby, and we're going to do some sound sampling. Now I know that there's plenty of YouTube videos out there where people have done testing of different speakers with different chits and so forth, so it's not to say that this area has not been covered many a time, but it's purely just for my own curiosity, because I'd sort of want to see what the difference is like between the TTS speakers and a iPhone speaker. So we'll start with the TTS speaker on this chip. We'll do some audio recording. Now I must admit, the camera is as good as it's going to get as far as sound recording goes, so what I hear will obviously be different to what you guys are going to hear. But hopefully there'll be enough of a comparison to be able to see the difference an iPhone speaker makes. So without further ado, let's crack on and check out these sounds. Right, so I've just temporarily hooked up the chip and just got the speaker just resting here. I'll do the same for the iPhone, so in other words there'll be no bias over whether it sounds better when the speaker is sort of firmly fixed to a structure. We do have this casing that I thought I'd take it off because that might rattle. Right, so let's just give this a go and see how it sounds. And we'll go through some of these functions. So high-low horn, low-high horn. We'll do some brake squeal. Thrash. And I'll just notch up the RPM and see how this sounds. So there's some of the basic sounds. I won't go through them all. There is actually quite a few. There's a lot more sounds on the TTS decoder than there are on the SoundTraxx decoder UK version. So anyway, that's what the TTS speaker sounds like, and I might actually also throw into the mix the SoundTraxx speaker as well. So we'll actually do a test series, so there'll be 3 speakers. Right, okay, so I've just temporarily wired up this SoundTraxx speaker. Now this is the speaker that I originally had installed in the Class 20 from a previous video. But anyway, just for a comparison, just let's see how this sounds through the TTS decoder. So we'll do a start up. Gosh, that sounds better, doesn't it? That's incredible, really, isn't it? It goes to show actually really how poor the Hornby speaker really is. Even that just sounds a lot more solid and a bit more bassy as well, actually. And this is not even actually permanently fixed. It's just basically vibrating on the baseboard. Anyway, let's try the horn. Yeah, that's really incredible, really. We'll do some thrash. And I'll just notch it up on the RPM. Turn to idle. Well, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, well, it's not interesting really, is it? We knew it was going to sound a bit better than the Hornby speaker, so that is the SoundTraxx speaker. So it's definitely improvement. So let's move on now to the iPhone speaker and see how that sounds. Right, okay, so now we have the iPhone speaker. So this little wee thing here, and let's just get straight to it, see how it sounds. Wow, that is just incredible. It's just picking up all these other little tones and frequencies that neither of the previous 2 speakers were picking up. So you can pick up much more of the full range of frequencies. just makes such a difference. That's incredible. Right, let's try the horn, see how that sounds. Wow, that is incredible. That just sounds fantastic. Let's try some thrash. That just sounds brilliant. That's just so much better. I mean, the difference is staggering, isn't it? And just to think that wee speaker there cost me $1.90, so less than a quid for that speaker. Yeah, that's just brilliant. And also the fact that it's such a low profile as well, that it's actually going to fit in here nicely, probably well enough for me to be able to reinstate the dummy fan that sits in here as well. So because I've taken that out temporarily, thinking I wouldn't be able to fit it back in, but I'll put that back in. So we'll try the same process, we'll notch it up. It's picking up tones in there that weren't even auditable on the other speakers, so that's just incredible. And we'll turn it to idle. Yeah, that's just fantastic. Yay for iPhone speakers. So anyway, what we'll do now is I'll put this all together properly and insulate it with wiring, put it all together, and we'll just give it a wee bit of a run on the track to see how it sounds with the body back on. And yeah, so I'll just power it down. Right, okay, so we've got the body back on, and unfortunately it took a little bit more time than I was expecting. Turned out I ended up suffering the same result as many other people have encountered with a Hornby chip in a Bachmann model. And fortunately, through a forum on the Hornby website, there was a whole bunch of CV settings that I followed, and we managed to resolve it. I'll put a link for the forum post about the CVs, so it's specifically related to the TTS chips in a Bachmann 37 and a 47. So we'll fire this up and see how it sounds with the body back on. I haven't actually screwed the body back down because you never know, something might go wrong and I'll have to get back into it again. So I'll put some running lights on and we'll start it up. That sounds pretty good. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this part 3 of a DCC sound upgrade, and I hope you agree that it sounds pretty good. The next video I'm actually going to do will be essentially a part 4, which is chipping a Daypole 121 bubble car. Now, I'd previously chipped this with a Zen 21 pin chip, and although it works in terms of motive operation and running lights, for some reason the interior lighting didn't work. So I'm going to take that chip out and replace it with a Daypole Imperium chip, which I believe will solve this problem. Fingers crossed again, hopefully. But I'd also just like to mention as well that just recently I tipped over the 1,000 subscriber mark, and that is absolutely fantastic. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all of those who subscribe to my channel, and I really do hope you all are getting some inspirational ideas and, well, I guess a bit of entertainment out of watching my videos. And please keep on commenting. Would love to hear from people what you might like to see. So I'll leave it there for now, and please don't forget to subscribe and also like this video, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.